after that hellhole of a semester, I basically ended up failing out. All right, things didn't go according to plan. I didn't apply myself that semester, and I ended up just going back home. Now, my mom don't want me back home. She wanted me back in school, of course. I ain't got no job. I'm sleeping on the floor, and I failed to mention who my girlfriend was at this time. We just gonna call her A. That's who I was on and off with her throughout college. It was a very confusing situation. All right, we just gonna call her A. That's the second letter in her name. All right, you ain't getting no push off me, weird bitch. So when I get back, I'm basically trying to end things with A because I want to get my life together. All right, I had nothing to offer, so I pretty much felt like a liability. Now, what she told me was, she was basically saying she was gonna hold a nigga down and be there through thick and thin, and she want a nigga. Y'all catch my drift. Long story short, she ain't hold up her end of the bargain, all right? Now, I know I spit a little rap about what took place, but I'm gonna tell a story time and go in further detail about what actually happened. As far as all the destruction and all that, that was the last line of damage, right? So, I pretty much have nothing. Like, reality has finally caught up with me. It's like face to face. Like, one thing about me, I ain't about to be sitting there stuck. Another thing about me, I am very skilled at preparing for the future, right? So while I was back at Kent State and things didn't go according to plan with all the football in school and stuff and like that, I actually ended up applying for courses at Tri-C, the community college, for those of y'all who probably don't even know what that is, or probably ain't got that in your area. But Tri-C it's a community college where you can get your associate's degree or something like that, because I felt like I needed to get something from this college thing. I put entirely way too much time and effort into this shit. So why not try to get something out of it, right? During the summer, you know what I'm saying? I'm basically just trying to prepare myself for that. I got them courses waiting on me in the fall. So the first thing I need to do, I need to get me a job. Got that. Got a job at the, nice little fancy job at the Racino. It was at this little fancy restaurant called Cozars, you feel me? I was a bus boy. And we was stacking that cheese up that summer, having fun, working out, kicking it with my niggas, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? We having a good time. But we had to lock in. Fall semester, get there in no time. You know what I'm saying? Summer just zoom, it disappeared like a motherfucker. Now, I went to community college, but I was going to a four-year university before that. It seemed like it was a little bit easier. Despite that, I ain't let up. A nigga was locked in like a motherfucker. And I had some credits transferred from Kent State to Tri-C, so it wasn't gonna be that long of a process for me to get things done and for me to graduate and get my associates. My focus was pre-sport and exercise studies, and I was trying to get my associates of applied science, in which I actually did. Now, while I was going to community college, I ended up starting my YouTube channel. I was already on IG, shit talking, trying to be a comedian, just being a silly ass nigga, man. And that's where I originally got tightened up from. And I don't know, bro. I was on a different type of time. And then that's how YouTube carried into it. Everybody found it funny on Instagram. So I'm like, look, I'm just about to start this YouTube channel and start talking shit in the car. And that's exactly what I started doing. Things didn't necessarily take off instantly with YouTube because I didn't know how things worked at all. Once I graduated, I had a lot more free time on my hands, a lot more time to actually go after and make things happen. I started me a podcast. It was called Your Mama's Couch. It was with a couple of the homies back from high school, and things didn't go according to plan. It got boring. It got very repetitive, and I just felt like I was being limited. So I pretty much, I had to get rid of the podcast, bro. That shit just wasn't doing it for me. After the podcast crashed, I'm like, look, I'm about to use this associate's degree. Let's see what we can get out of this. This was not the booming operation I thought it was gonna be. I know I got me a degree or something somebody can't take away from me. I worked hard for it and all that. But right now I just can't utilize this. This is just not working for me, bro. And it's funny how this shit fell into my hands, right? So I started getting these twists in my head, like not locks like these. I started getting twists like braids and shit. And people was telling me that I look like Sada Baby, even though I don't know what y'all talking about. Then Sada Baby came out with his hit song, A Whole Lot of Choppers and all that, and niggas was getting jiggy to it. And Halloween was right around the corner. And I'm like, shit, guess who I'm about to be for Halloween? As far as rap coming into the equation, right? I've been writing rap since I was like 11 years old. And I actually did want to become a rapper at one point in time. But even when I was 11, I was rapping about all kind of shoot 'em up shit and things of that sort. Never broke the law, never did no gangster. Well, I did break the law a couple times, but I ain't never did no full-blown gangster shit. You feel what I'm saying? So for most of my life, I've been a law-abiding citizen. A good boy. Always took the good boy route, student, athlete, all of that shit. Rapping about the things that I rap about in these impressions, in which I greatly appreciate y'all for tapping in. But if I start a rap career tomorrow, and in which I know I have the potential to take off immediately, I know what's going on. But at the same time, if I start a rap career tomorrow and I hook people in with the same type of content, with the same type of things that I speak about in my rap impressions, my foundation will be built off lies. Now, I know rap is full of professional liars. I'm well aware of this. But this nigga here is not about to be that. You got me all the way fucked up. That's for one. But then two, I'm telling y'all things. I know I rap about all this shoot 'em up shit in these impressions, but I'm telling y'all things that these rappers would say in their raps. Therefore, it's acting for me. It's gimmicks. It's their style. Okay? That's what hooked you in. Their style. Why would I take off with another rapper's style? I wouldn't even be able to look myself in the mirror if I actually took off with another rapper's style and started a full-blown rap career with it. I know it's a lot of rappers who do that. I'm not about to be one of those people who do that. As far as the Sada Baby rap impression, it's two other throwaways that I got. I still ain't delete them bitches. But that Sada Baby impression, that bitch, man, that bitch hit the streets harder than mother. I was nervous in the bitch trying to upload that motherfucker. I ain't rapped in front of people in years, bro. I was nervous than a bitch when I uploaded that motherfucker. But then people was really fucking with it though. Like I did get hella love. It was mainly people like who wasn't from Cleveland who was more tapped in with that shit though. And it ain't no excuse because Sada Baby was the biggest rapper out at that point in time. So I'm just saying, you can't play like, if you from the city, you can't play like, oh, I didn't even know who that was, so I didn't interact. No, you kept scrolling because we ain't gonna talk about that. But that YouTube career popped off right then and there. That was the official start. Y'all catch my drift. Y'all be good. Tighten up.